Mark Kaplan, The Inclusion Dividend, Why Investing in Diversity and Inclusion Pays Off. The Inclusion Dividend, Why Investing in Diversity and Inclusion Pays Off by Mark Kaplan dives deep into the world of meritocracy, debunking the myth that hard work always leads to success. Shedding light on the lack of diversity and return on investment in inclusive workplaces, Kaplan exposes the flaws of unconscious biases and insider-outsider dynamics that hinder businesses from reaching their true potential. This book summary for our mobile app users will provide insights on how implementing an Inclusion Initiative Phases (IIP) model can help organizations build a more inclusive environment, and demonstrates the lasting impacts it can have for both employees and customers.
The Myth of Meritocracy. The reality of meritocracy in the workplace delusion. Have you ever worked hard and believed that success will come if you put in all the necessary work? That's the idea behind meritocracy. The system that assures us that our hard work will be rewarded. However, it's not always the case. Meritocracy is deeply ingrained in the business world and has become part of the American dream. It's the belief that anyone can achieve their goals by working hard. If you asked a board member of a Fortune 1000 company if their corporation was a meritocratic system, they would say yes. They believe that their employees are hired, promoted, and kept on board based solely on their abilities. However, that's not the reality. Statistics show that women have a lack of opportunities for promotion and respect in the workplace. Only 15% of all executive positions at Fortune 500 companies are held by women, even though the female population makes up almost 50%. Moreover, a meritocratic system doesn't exist in the business world. Low diversity is terrible for business. Global corporations spend about $8 billion annually to promote a more inclusive corporate culture. This is not only to avoid discrimination lawsuits but because businesses that embrace inclusion ideas are more profitable. The Standard & Poor's corporations that also made it onto Working Mother's 100 Top Companies for Inclusion brought back 98% on every dollar invested. Unveiling the impact of unconscious bias. Unconscious bias is a type of judgment that influences your thought and behavior towards others without you being aware of it. Biases aid in rapid decision-making but can have negative effects when you are unaware of them. This occurs even in the workplace as biases can cause significant issues. For instance, a highly skilled African American applicant may miss out on a job opportunity. Employers must be conscious of biases' effects to ensure diversity and inclusivity. Understanding insider-outsider dynamics. The book explores how every organization has insider-outsider groups based on factors like age, sex, class, and education. These groupings create a power dynamic where those in the insider group dominate those in the outside group, leading to imbalances in the workplace and decreased productivity and creativity. Failing to address these dynamics can result in lost opportunities for great ideas and highly skilled employees who quit their jobs due to unfair power dynamics. The book highlights the importance of acknowledging and addressing these dynamics to create a stable and satisfied workforce. Building lasting inclusion. Create a more diverse and inclusive workplace with the Inclusion Initiative Phases (IIP) model. This technique can be implemented through 4 phases. Phase 1, Research and Needs Identification. Phase 2, Strategy Creation. Phase 3, Implementation and Integration. Phase 4, Measurement and Recalibration. By following these steps, companies can increase their inclusivity in diversity, making marketing more effective and overall success more likely. This model emphasizes gathering information about employees, using strong data, and incorporating a diverse team throughout the process. To ensure the success of the program, it's essential for employees to view the activities they participate in as meaningful, rather than burdensome. Constantly evaluate the effectiveness of each phase and prioritize the techniques that work best to achieve a successful, inclusive workplace. Building inclusive company cultures. To build an inclusive company culture, leaders must make a personal effort to challenge their own biases and set an example for the rest of the company. Inclusivity is best implemented from the top down and requires developing relationships with all kinds of people. Apple is a great case study for this approach. By expanding their diversity programs to include suppliers, the company has become one of the most successful brands today. Leaders should pay attention to company taboos and challenge the absence of a real meritocracy. By adopting an inclusive leadership style, leaders can make the meritocracy they desire a more significant reality for their businesses.
Kaplan's The Inclusion Dividend uncovers the truth behind the facade of meritocracy, bringing to light the impact of unconscious biases, power dynamics, and lack of diversity. The book offers practical solutions like implementing the IIP model and adopting an inclusive leadership style for transforming businesses for the better. Ultimately, by challenging preconceived notions and personal biases, organizations can foster a more inclusive environment and unlock a range of benefits, including increased profitability, diverse customer base, and employee satisfaction. Read this book summary to strengthen your understanding of how investing in diversity and inclusion pays off, and take steps towards creating an inclusive and successful workplace.